Okay, check it out. Got some stuff done. Nothing new to see here. Bunch of crap out of it. Bin full of junk or whatever, parts, stuff, things. So what I took out of the Jeep, except for the bin, that was already out, but I vacuumed it. So this headliner is horrible. Anyway, I did vacuum it out pretty good. Not awesome, but pretty good. The old 1991 or whatever shop vac was working out pretty hard. So yeah, anyway, unplugged and got off that power seat deal there. So whatever happened to the original seats in it, I don't have the controls, so I can't test them. But here's the progress made today. Tomorrow, all of this will come out. Finished taking out all the stuff. And all of this stuff will come out. I'm going to pull this carpet back. One thing that you probably didn't see is the extent of the floor. Oh, this one didn't open the other day because I just had it locked, but we have some. Hear the crunchiness? I'm going to pull all of this carpet back because I need to get to it for the four-wheel drive shift lever, and also I have to cut a patch, you know, in here and weld it all in. So this will come out tomorrow. This will all come out tomorrow, and carpet will be back. It'll give me a chance to power wash this carpet too, and hopefully make it look a little bit better. One thing I don't remember from my old Cherokees were those metal like cargo strips back there. That's kind of neat. I don't remember ever seeing those in one, and I've had several of these, and so have some of my friends. So I don't. Maybe that's just a option for the country, which is that. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what trim level. I mean, it's got kind of like the faux wood thing and all that stuff. So maybe this is more of like a mall cruiser, fancy thing, kind of like a almost a Grand Cherokee type of deal. Hey, it's another day here in the half-assed garage, working on the XJ a little bit more. So you might be able to see out here that we had some issues with the fuel tank. I think I mentioned it in another video. And it was leaking out gas. So here is the original tank that came out of it. This one I got with the truck. I didn't really know anything about it. At first glance, I was like, it's black. It came with the truck. All the other stuff for the truck was pretty decent, so it's probably a good tank. I figured that maybe this thing just had a bad sending unit. Well, turns out that this thing has some leaks. And upon closer inspection, it's a little rusty and crusty. I don't know where the leaks are, but you can see some bubbling there and around. So I'm not exactly sure where it is leaking at, but it is leaking, which is kind of a shame because inside, I don't know if you can see in there very well, but it's actually a pretty clean tank. This one, on the other hand, you might be able to see this. That's an indicator. This one's smoked. So, kneeling on rocks. Anyway, you can't really see in here. I don't know where my light is, but this one's done. Put that new fuel filter on, our fuel pump, which I think you saw in another video. So, got these two tanks. I was going to put some rocks in that one and bounce it around on the front of the tractor and try to clean it up. That way it's kind of this shade tree way of doing things, but instead I bought a new tank. So, nice brand new. Should solve all the problems with the fueling. So that's good. Comes with a new O-ring and lock ring. So basically the pump just slides in through this hole little rubber boot thing there. Just fits into that little holder down at the bottom. That's it. Lock ring goes on it, and that's all there is to it. It's very difficult in there to see what's going on. There's not a lot of room. It just fits up in there, puts the clamps on or the straps, then you hook up the fuel lines. So I'm just going to go ahead and do all of that. I'll show you the fuel tank here. Let me get it out. And boom, there it is. So there's the new O-ring and lock ring. Lock ring just spins around on there. Already got a bug going on. Alright, so these are the breathers from the tank I put in. Still sound pretty good. That's what they look like. Gaskets aren't in terrible condition, so they're not torn. The ones that I took off of this tank were torn. So I'm just going to fold this bend down that got damaged somehow in shipping. And then put the breathers on, which go in here. A little bit of WD-40 on these. Alright, so this is how they go in. They go in individually, and then this will snap down on top of that. And then, you know, if you try to get these things in together, you're hooped, you're never going to do it. It's kind of like this with the PCV stuff on valve covers. You got to separate these. I see a lot of people trying to take the grommet and the PCV valve off at the same time, but they lock in. So this barrel here reinforces this, so you'll never get them out together. You'll just break them. So that's why you see all the PCV stuff busted off in the junkyards typically. It was $150 roughly, 140 bucks before tax. Put the breather on and then slide it all up into there. So let me do that, and then we'll at least be able to put the truck on the ground. As far as wheels go, you can see here, whoever put these on, these things were self-clearancing pretty hardcore. So these are 17s. Found out that these are called Soft 8 rims. That's the brand, Krager Soft 8. There's Vision, I think, makes another version of that. And then I had this one. Well, as a two-wheel drive, it's not that big of a deal because these just kind of spin on their own. And if I were to switch this one into the back, it won't really be that big of a big deal either, because that's an open differential and they don't lock. So this would be okay back there, not ideal. But I did run across another set of Jeep wheels that I forgot that I had. I got with this Jeep. So here are the other 15s. I believe they're 15s. Yep, 15. So here's the other 3 to match that one right front. Is that a crack? No. So obviously the tires are shot on it. So I'll be looking for some 15-inch wheels. They'll be fine enough for now. I can replace these 17s that are on it, and then I won't have any rubbing issues. Then if I do put a lift kit on it, I can find another one of these rims if I like those. They're about $110 a piece, something like that. Find some tires used, and we'll be good to go. So, alright, so I cobbled together some exhaust for this, which I just noticed my clamp is a little close to the end, but this was cut crooked. I got this entire piece from the pull apart, and yeah, so had to, I'm getting stuck. I had to make a few cuts and welds up in there to get the correct angle on it, because I needed to get that O2 sensor that's right there. So I paid $10 for this chunk of exhaust with the O2 sensor on it, and I already put the drive shaft on. The drive shaft will clear, and this is pretty close to the way that it would be from factory. Might be a little bit lower. So I got everything pretty much ready to go. Good enough for now, so let's get this thing done. Well, alright then. She's all up in there. Well, what do you think? It doesn't look like awesome transmission fluid, does it? So now I put 4 quarts in, something like that, maybe 5, just to kind of get something in it. I mean, the back tires turn. I think you might have saw that in another video, I don't know. It is what it is. I don't have a lift. It sure would be nice to have a lift in here, but it is so tight. It's really difficult for me to show you guys any work that I do under here, because I'm already, there's the work light. What is that? 14 inches, maybe 12 underneath the cross member. I was hoping that you and I could take a ride, but instead I changed the oil. The old O'Reilly's. It's pretty close to 5 quarts. I got about 4.5 in here. Did start it up. 60 pounds of oil pressure, so that's awesome. And now it's cold, but good. So I'm going to change the trans fluid, and then we'll try to go for a ride tomorrow. It looks like it's about to rain anyhow. So I'll get to this. Sucks. This is rough work under here from me. I don't know. Maybe 20 years ago it wouldn't have been so bad. But anywho, changing old train fluid, and then I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Well, ladies and gents, that was zero fun. And this is not looking great at all. So, yeah, this doesn't look super great. Some particulates in there, quite a bit actually. Some chunks. But you know what? I'm going to run this anyway. I guess I should take the other trans apart. Ouch. Ow, dang. Well, there's a sharp shard of something. I don't know where it went. That hurt. So, considering that this is completely full of metal shavings, I guess I'll go pull the other one and see. I should have done this when the engine and everything was out. I have no idea why I didn't think about it, but not awesome. So I'll take the other one out and see what it looks like, and then I guess we'll go from there. So last year, at this time, this exact day, it was 81 degrees. It's 51. It just got done raining, so a little chilly. Let's see. I think I showed you in the last video. This is my transmission. Well, I mean, this is the pin. So you can see that the magnets are covered and slivers. I had a nice, like, probably 1/4 inch long sliver jammed up in my hand. This is filled with curls, and you can see some of them right there, long threads of steel. So this one is kind of a disappointment, but that's on me because I didn't even check it before I put it in. Okay, so here you go. That is my kind of makeshift trans stand. So 14mm bolt or in the trans pan there. I'm going to capture some of the fluid in that clear container and just take a look at it and see what that one looks like. Hopefully it's better. So burnt, but not super bad. I don't see any flakes and chunks coming out of it like the other one, so I think that actually this trans is going to be a better trans to use. We'll see once it drains. It obviously doesn't have that much fluid in it, as much as it should have. It's supposed to hold a ton. So don't know any history on these at all, like I said, so You know, your guess is as good as mine. Probably just came out of a junkyard somewhere. I drilled a hole in the bell housing here and just used an eye bolt that I had, since this one's already toast from someone burning off those E12 bolts that are up there, so don't have that to worry about. Okay, so as far as the transmission goes, I've made a decision. I'm not going to use that one right now. I'm going to save that one. I am going to fill this one up the way that it is, clean out the pan, put a new filter on it, and then run with this one the way that it is. So, once I dump this, clean those magnets, just run new fluid in it and away it goes. So, I talked with some folks. I don't know anything about transmissions really, very, very little. So I talked with some folks and they said that this isn't that bad. They would just, you know, go with it. So that's what I'm going to do. Also, when I was at the parts store, I asked them what type of transmission fluid it took. They said that it was ATF plus 4. So that's what I was told, and they said anything other than ATF plus 4 and it'll ruin the transmission. So me not knowing that much about Jeeps, not knowing a lot about transmissions, I bought the ATF plus 4. So I asked around on some of the groups and some of the forums, and that is incorrect information for an AW4 transmission. So I got what is supposed to be for it. So the AW4 factory service manual says it should be Dexmerc, you know, what, 3E or 2E, something like that. And this is Dextron Mercon 3. So I have another one here. So that's what I got. Dexmerc 3. Yeah, it must have been 2E or 3E, whatever it was. Anyway, that's the deal with that. Don't run ATF plus 4 in the AW4 transmission. Now I just have to change out the filter, and then once I get the filter off, we'll take a look at it and see just how gross it really was in there. So hopefully I don't have any problems with it. Time will tell. But if I do have problems with it down the road, at least I know that I have a pretty reasonably good replacement sitting right here. So this is the fluid that came out of it. So I don't know how well you can see that, but it's not horrible. There's no big chunks in it. So unlike my other one, this one I think will be okay. Pretty gross fluid. So hopefully all is well. You could definitely benefit from some new fluid. Alright, so here it is. There's some crap up in there. Cork gasket. Doesn't look super horrible. And then here's our new one. So I don't know what a good indicator is for it. I guess I could cut it open, but I don't really feel like doing all that. But I don't see any big chunks other than right in here. Looks like some nasty crap in there. I don't know if you can see that in there or not. A little bit of shavings, but the new one, we'll put that on in there and I think everything will be good to go. Man, it's tight underneath there. So, got the trans pan on. Trans filter is on. Everything's looking good. Cleaned it all out. So, we should be 100% down here. Double checked all the torque. And yeah, we should be good. So now I guess we just fill it up with fluid. And see, there's my oh, I already showed you guys the sweet exhaust. Okay, so believe I've got the transmission all taken care of. Dipstick in it, you know, whatever. So there we go. Trans fluid is 100%. We're topped up with water, so woo, little toasty warm. So this is good. No brakes, even though it shows that we've got a full master cylinder. So I guess we'll look into that. Could be just, damn, just could be that they're seized up. There we go. Let's try not to pinch my fingers in that. Let's see if we've got any leaks. No leaks. You can hear the fluid. Okay. That's the oil dripping back down into the pan. Yeah, no leaks at all. We're pretty good. So, made a huge mess. But, you know, what else is new? And goes in gear. Goes in gear, drives around, or moves around. God, this welding hat has saved me so much gross grime in my hair. I have no idea how bad I even look right now. I shouldn't even be on camera. Make you throw up. So anyhow, we got everything all pretty much buttoned up here except for that O2 sensor, which, you know, can't do anything about that right now. There it is. Down there, you can kind of see it sticking on the exhaust, and there's the plug for it. Anywho, yeah, we're pretty good. No coolant leaks as of yet. I still need to add coolant in there. It's just water right now, so remind me about the coolant if you would. I appreciate that. So I'm not sure exactly what video order this is going in, but tomorrow or the next day we'll be working on some more Cherokee stuff. The reason that this is sitting still is that still waiting on some time. So we'll do some more work here on the XJ while we're waiting for shop time to finish up with the D150 engine. I was over there the other day and we had some problems with the cam. That's kind of a weird deal, so I'll explain that to you guys when I get over there to shoot the video for it. So that would have been like a 12 or 13 hour video if I was just shooting it all along, because it was frustrating. But I'll explain the whole cam thing to you guys once I start filming the video of reassembling the engine for this. But I'm waiting on my buddy to have some free time so I can use the shop, and that's pretty much it. So till next time, thanks a lot for hanging out, watching the Half-Assed Garage, and like and subscribe and all that cool stuff. And then we'll see you soon with some more Cherokee things.